What?
So how about we all log out and just log back in?
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I have to see if I. Okay. Oh, okay. I think this is it. I think that was it.
Okay.
Okay. How about that?
Yes, I can see you and hear you.
There we go. So I had to close out the computer one. All right. I think we're good. Can you hear me?
I
Yes.
can hear you.
Awesome. Okay. Welcome everyone. Happy Thursday. We are here with the Impact Podcast. So excited to be here this evening with my people. So of course we have Dr. Obiama Martin with us. And then we have the Sparkle Bailey. Do not forget the Bailey with us this evening, who is going to share with us all of her amazing gems that she has, but especially around feminine energy. So we're not even gonna delay. We're gonna jump right in so that we can find out about the official Sparkle Bailey, the networking housewife. How are you this evening, my queen? Uh-oh. Oh, is she frozen now?
Technology works when technology works.
When it wants to.
There we go.
Right.
There we go. Sparkle
Okay.
Bailey, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Awesome. Awesome. How are you this evening?
I feel amazing. I am grateful. Today has been a full day, full of love, full of sisterhood, full of healthy feminine energy. And I'm excited to be in New York City. I am reporting live from Brooklyn, New York. Y'all know I'm from Houston. And I just decided that I needed a break from my life. And it's an honor to be in my feminine space. It's an honor to be able to talk to other women about the importance of being in your feminine. You have to report from your femininity, because if not, you're doing yourself a disservice. I needed to get away from my children. I needed to get away from their father. I needed to get away from my reality. I just needed some me time. Not being perfect for everybody else, not bearing everybody's burdens, everybody's feelings, people's disappointments. I couldn't handle that. And I knew that I couldn't handle it and I needed a break. And so in my most feminine way, I had to express my point, not in my most, I'm not gonna say the B word, but not in that energy, not in that headspace, not in that space, not in my woe is me space, that victim space. Just from a place of, as a feminine, as a delicate feminine goddess, I don't want this burden. It's not a burden that I want. This is not something that I'm gonna be able to figure out this way. I need to go into alone time. And that looks different for everybody. For me, I report to New York City and I just isolate myself. I go out a little bit when I feel like it, and I have the right people around me protecting me. I have healthy love all around me, and people are constantly feeding that feminine side of me, which is exactly what I need right now. So I have to stand up for myself in that way. Every so often, I put my foot down. I see y'all later. I'm going to New York because New York makes you. New York is a place where you gonna get it or you gonna get it or you gonna drown. You know, those are
If
your
you're gonna
options.
jump in, jump all the way in.
You gonna
Yeah.
jump in, jump all the way in, or you gonna just drown. You gonna get left behind. You gonna get laughed at. It's gonna be a mess, and I don't have time for that. So I'm accountable here, but I'm not in mommy mode. I'm not in save the world mode. I'm in me mode. And so I advise all my sisters that want to tap into their feminine side to go into you mode, wherever that is in the world, and I can help you get there. Hopefully, we'll talk about some of that tonight.
Yes. So I definitely. So you came out strong. You came out strong. Thank you for that. Um, I don't want to go too deep into the conversation without us really talking about or having you define or give us a sense of what feminine energy is or femininity, as you've been saying. So, what would you say is femininity? Walking in your femininity.
When you walk in your truly divine feminine energy, you are walking in your most delicate, precious, most fragile, yet your strongest. That is the strongest core you can present is your feminine self. Your feminine self is not necessarily about your physical appearance, but more about your mental appearance. What do you think of you? Who are you according to you? What do you say yes to? What do you refrain from? I personally, when I'm in my feminine space, there are certain tasks that I just don't do. Like I refuse to go to the grocery store. You know, in Texas we have these huge grocery stores, and there's like options for days. I refuse to pick up a large case of water. I just don't do that. I will wait until the gentleman is in my eyesight, and if he's close by, I will politely ask him, "Excuse me, sir." If he's with his wife, if he's with his mother, his girlfriend, whomever, sis, I don't mean to bother y'all. Would it be okay if he gets this case of water for me? Because I'm just not in a space where I want to pick that up. I don't need to do that. I literally speak like this on a regular basis. If I need water and I'm not at the grocery store with a male, or a gentleman, excuse me, with a gentleman, then yeah, like I still need to be in my feminine space. Just because I'm not in a relationship does not mean that I don't get the right feminine. Who said that? It's my most delicate space. And men crave feminine energy. A lot of times what you want is right around the corner, but you don't understand your femininity, so you take the long route to get to where you want to be. Femininity to me is a shortcut to where I want to be. There are certain things I just don't do. I don't pay for things. And I've been saying that more and more lately, just kind of like being more open about who I am to my audience, to other people's audiences. I don't pay for things because I don't, and it's not because I'm a spoiled brat, but I don't really look at it like it's a spoiled brat. It's a standard. The world calls it a spoiled brat, but in essence, it's really a standard that if you would like to absorb my energy time, I'm happy to oblige. But it comes with a certain standard, and that's healthy. There's an understanding that if you would like to be treated like a god, if you would like to be spoken to like a king, even to the sisters, if you would like for me to address you, Aaliyah, you and I have had feminine interaction with each other. There's no competition there. It's just a spirit of compliments, encouraging, praise, sisterhood, camaraderie. That's healthy. People love that. And the more you feed that, the more people want you around. Girl, let me take care of that. Oh, she doesn't have to. She's on the list. That's just it. When you are genuinely coming from that space, child, like everybody wants you around. Everybody wants you around. And so right now I'm on my way to a networking event. But people just want you around when you have healthy, delicate. I'm not trying to compete with you. Your man is your man. I have no desire to attract your man. Everyone is attracted to me. I hope y'all caught that. Like everyone is
Yeah, yeah,
attracted.
yeah. Yeah,
Everyone is.
yeah.
That's the thing. I don't mean that in an arrogant way. I mean that everyone is attracted to me. Men are attracted to me. Women are attracted to me sexually, sensually, in a friendship manner. I just like her energy. I just like her aura. Everyone is attracted to you, Aaliyah. Everyone is attracted to you. Who I choose to entertain is my decision. But everyone is attracted to energies. Some people like your energy. Some people hate on your energy. It's just what it is. When you walk in your genuine energy, you're hard to miss. I don't make the rules. I just figured out how the game go, and I just decided that okay, I can. This is something that I can do. This is something that I can maintain. Feminine energy is a world that this world suits me. I can do this. Feminine energy is for every sister who wants to step into that role, who's tired of working extremely hard like a man. Like I'm not a man. I don't want to be a man. I don't want to work like a man. I don't want to take care of responsibility. I don't want to take from a man his ability to perform like a man. I don't want to take that from him. I would prefer to reward him and to clap for him and to cheer for him and to praise him for what he does as a man. I don't want to compete with him. I don't want the rights that he has. I don't want to be a man. That's me. You do what works for
So
you. I
how
do
do
what works
you can you guys hear me? Because you know my echo.
for me. Hear you.
How do what would you say? Can you guys hear me clearly?
Mm-hmm.
No. Yeah. Okay, thank you. What would you say, right? Because when we think about women who may have been single mothers, or you kind of have that, I've been around taking care of the household and all those things that sometimes have. How do you show up in that way when you feel like you have to come, like no one's going to do it for me, or my experiences have said historically, how do you kind of step into a space, especially business, where a lot of times we have this thought process that we have to come in strong, and we have to be respected, and we have to shake hands a particular way. So how does a woman show up commanding respect, or even putting away some of that baggage that may have made her feel like she has to show up
So much. I apologize. I just
strong?
arrived at my location. Make sure
Okay.
that I'm just okay. All these people. Like, let me make sure I'm in the right space. Right. This is 360. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. Okay. I'm gonna move to another vehicle.
Was I totally breaking up, friends?
Okay. I'm
No,
gonna
you
move to.
actually heard you. I heard you.
I'm gonna
Hi,
move.
John.
I'm gonna move to another vehicle
Hey,
so that I.
Damaris,
Hi.
you did hear me. It's happening
I did.
again. It's
I did hear
happening.
you. Yep.
Okay, so are you
Damaris,
good?
you look so relaxed.
I am relaxed. I had the best coach ever in my program. I don't know if anybody knows. For those of you that called, Biama was in my program. She was there yesterday, and I just looked at her, and she's talking to me, and I say, "Oh, I checked out." Like, "Oh, Biama, I checked out." She was like, "Yep, you checked out." So we just stopped talking, and I just walked off and left. Um, today, I think it was the day before yesterday. I'm sorry, but today
It's
she was sitting
Tuesday.
there. And I was laughing because she's like cutting little ladybugs, and she just went in. She was like, "Come on, I'm gonna help you guys." I was like, "Oh, okay." I had to stop and just take a picture and enjoy the moment, right? I had to enjoy the moment. So today I'm in a better space. I'm definitely in a better space. Yeah, I was praising. I was like, "Wow, look at this."
So what was
And
what's
I'm
interesting?
having
What you say,
who
Leah?
can I said I'm not gonna get frustrated at this internet. I said I said I'm happy that you had her around in the moment that you needed, because sometimes we don't have anybody around who can kind of help us, or even allow us to just walk away,
Yeah, yeah,
and
it
feel
was
safe to
definitely.
do that. So I'm happy she was there for you.
You know what I was happy about? She understood. She read me entirely. Um, she knew, she started with the first question, like the first sentence, and then I remember she just stopped dead in her tracks and looked at me, and I was like, I checked out. And she was like, "Yep, I get it. See you Tuesday, Thursday, whenever it is, I gotta go." I was just like, "Yep." I just picked up my bag and just, I said, that. But it was fun. I mean, today I am in a better space. I'm happy to have those moments. I love you, Aaliyah. I love you, Obiama. Even Leah. I was like, "Girl, get me off this bridge right now." But yeah, yeah. I'm just so happy and so grateful.
Well, so that was the feminine energy that Sparkle Bailey was talking about in terms of being around people that get you, right? People that love on you, people that support you and build you up. And so that was what you just shared. That was an example of what Miss Sparkle Bailey has been sharing with us about what feminine energy is and how to attract that and how to exude that and be consistent with that. And what she was saying was when you operate from your feminine energy, you attract people who want to help you, who want to support you because there's no competition there. It's just all love.
Hello, Miss Sparkle. What
It's that.
I didn't
It's a
catch the middle name. I'm sorry.
It's
say it one,
Sparkle Bailey.
say it one more
Okay.
time.
Sparkle Bailey.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, Sparkle Bailey. This is Damaris. She is our other host on here. So she joined us. So just wanted to make sure that you ladies were introduced here. Another one of our amazing people. I call them. They're magical. They're magical for me.
Thank
So can you
you.
hear me good? I had to switch. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, okay. So Sparkle Bailey, I was trying to ask, the internet is not going to do it. So right, so there's a lot of women who have experiences or history where they had to show up even when they didn't want to, or when they didn't feel like they should have had to, or maybe the only parent in the household, or whatever experiences they were. And I just wanted to ask you, how does a woman who may have had those experiences show up in this with this feminine energy when they may have had those experiences, or they're showing up in business spaces where they want to be respected, they want to be heard. How do you balance that, and how do you show up when you may have had that history?
So if you decided to overcome anything in life, you had to decide what you wanted to overcome. If it's abandonment issues, if it's neglect, if it's whatever it is, financial fears, whatever it is, you decided you were going to start a business. You decided you were going to go back to school. You decided you were going to be a parent. You decided you were going to get married. You decided you were going to move to another place. You decided that you were going to do something. You decided to stay in depression. You sit there and be depressed. Whatever the decision is, you decided to get up and go to church. You decided to call a doctor. You decided to get out of pain. You decided to eat that day. Whatever you decide, you made a decision. So nobody can make you choose when you're ready to do something. Nobody can make you decide, you know what, she doing it, so why can't I? No one can choose that for you. That's a decision you have to be ready for when you're ready. You have to be sick and tired enough of watching other people live the way you want to live. That's the decision you have to. And the first step, like in any of my programs, first step is always going to be where's your mind? Because whatever you decide is what's going to be. And I'm not going to waste your time. I'm not going to take your money. I'm not going to invest any of my energy in you if you have not fully decided you want better for yourself. It has to be your desire to want better for you. I want it better for myself. I come from crazy stuff like everybody else, but that's not important. That I'm great today. I'm grateful for every I'm grateful for, because it got me right here where I am. I'm sitting in New York City, New York, at another event, and being invited to different places, having to sign invitations because these are just invitations, only going to certain invitations, things like that, and not having out of pocket personally come out of pocket for any of it. Any of it. I'm going to Bali. I keep saying, every time I say it, it's like, dang, like you did pull it off. Oh, you pull it off. I'll be in Atlanta for 30 in October. In Atlanta for a month. I've been here almost half of. I'll be here 2 weeks, and then I'm gonna go to Houston. Then I'm gonna go to Bali the next day, and I'm gonna go to Qatar, Doha, Qatar, which is basically like over there by Dubai, Abu Dhabi, and then and I'm not paying for any of this, y'all. And I'm not sleeping with people to have to. Sleeping with my. I'm not sleeping with anybody to get what I want. Like my energy is enough. Like I make people feel a certain type of way that they really, really, really they need this. They don't get this from anywhere. especially in hardcore places like New York, people talk aggressively to each other and things like that. I bring the Southern charm, and I'm genuine with it. It's not forced. I'm not acting. I'm not fake. This is just genuinely who I genuinely want to see you be okay. I genuinely want to take care of my people. People want to be part of my tribe because it's so much authentic love over here. I'm so protected. Like what I didn't get, the people who have the traumas that I'm talking to, love that I didn't because I had all those, I experienced all those traumas and that lack of love, it tenfold, 100-fold when I'm in my feminine space because people that are genuine want to protect who are genuine. And so they want to make sure they have the right men. I love how tall the trees are in New York. I love a tall man. Oh, and it's many tall here with these beautiful eyes. They got these eyes tall and they just, and these trees tall and they're just so strong and protective. You can't trust every tree that walk by, obviously. You can't trust. I'm looking at some trees right now. You can't trust every. It feels good to know the people around me, they bring their good people out for me to protect. So when I come to your city and it's like, oh, who do I know? Wherever you are, Leah, you come to Houston, you know you're going to be covered, because feminine energy is just something that we don't go certain places. We don't do certain things because we're in our feminine space and we know that this is where it's safe for us to be and we can still have a blast. We can still make moves and we can still work. And girl, I could talk all day about feminine energy because it literally takes care of me. My feminine space takes care of everything. You don't have to worry about anything. When you are a single parent, if, I said this like 3 times today already to different women with today. These men, I teach women how to network in their feminine space, but I'm transitioning to lifestyle to just make all of this a lifestyle because femininity is a lifestyle. And Lord, it will cover you. It'll cover you 100%. To my sisters who are single parents or to those who, newly divorced or, you just may be ready to get a divorce, but you're scared, that, that protection, but you're miserable throughout the process. Child, these men don't care how many children you have. They don't care. I'm being real with you. Like, they don't care how many children you have. The problem is you're tapping into TV shows, subscription-based products that are telling you, like, you got to be this way, you got to be that way. You don't have to do none of that. Like, literally tapping into you is the answer. Turning towards yourself, turning off all these people you subscribe to, all of these people who social media that are telling you, it's okay to be this, it's okay to dress like that. So if you are not tapped into self-help, self-health, and self-help, self-love, self-care, you tapped into the wrong thing. I don't watch TV. I don't sit on the phone and gossip. I sit on the phone and build. If you have my phone number, you special. You special if you have my phone number because we're building. That's all I want to talk about. That's all I want to do is love on my children, love on myself, love on my children, build, 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 build. I need women to trust me, and I know that. So I'm going to behave like a woman who respects other women and needs them to trust me. I get nowhere bashing you. I get nowhere critiquing you. That's not my. But you know what women do? They bring things to me and say, would you please tell me what you think of this? Would you please critique this for me? Because the way I'm going to do it is in respect to the woman, as a feminine woman. It's not my place to tell you that don't look right on you. You look bad built. Or you, girl, what you, that I don't have to speak like that to get my point across. Girl, I literally could do this all day long. Like, you have to, women, we're delicate. But we got all this extra BS. No, it's cute when it's cute. When it's really time to like sister, like we don't need all that sarcasm and all that old extra. That's not love. We need to know that it's okay to be wrong. We need to know it's okay to be blonde. Like we have these blonde moments or just slow moments. Like I've had so many slow moments. I had fear of bringing it to my sisterhood, at one point because I didn't want to say it's okay to not know what you're doing. It's okay to have made mistakes in your years. Like, we all have made similar mistakes. And when we talk about it, then it's just like, dang, we was all stupid. And we laugh and we bond.
So is femininity really a level of vulnerability?
Absolutely. All day. And men love that. Men cannot deny you when you are in your feminine space. I don't know the video. I don't know who's gonna see the video, but I feel like this to y'all. Trying to get rid of this brother. I told him I was trying to get rid of him. And I told him to send me a certain. I was trying to get rid of him. I don't know who's gonna see this video. I'm telling y'all this. He sent the money, and I was because he want to be around. I'm around like that. I don't even want him around. He sent the money. Let me send it back because that's not didn't work out. I want you to, and he trying to come this way, y'all. People want that. They want that energy around them because it makes people feel big. Like me being vulnerable and saying, I can't do that. I can't pick that up too heavy. I'm hungry. Me being in my natural brat space. Like, y'all don't have time for it. Whoever I'm talking to, y'all don't have time for it because you're too busy building up your accolades. And that's like more important to you than like being a woman. Building up your accolades seem to be way more important to you than just being a woman. And any man will tell you that sees this, he'll tell you accolades don't mean as much to me as they mean to you. And he don't mean any disrespect, but it's just he don't need you for your accolades. He needs you for your feminine. Because he's weak in your hands. He's weak in your hands when you're in feminine space. It's whatever you want. I do this all day long with my friends, and I'm looking at them and tell them this, do this, and watch what they do, and he do exactly that. He eating out. Girl, this is some powerful. This is some powerful juju, femininity.
So how did you get to this space, right? So I know for me, what I know I've been interacting with you for some time, but I've started even around like my daughters and young people. I've been hearing the terminology a lot lately. So that's why I was like, we have to talk about this because I'm sure it's not new. But does it feel like it's something new that people are tapping into and really want to know? Well, for those who want to, because I would assume there's some who want to walk in femininity and some who may have other feelings about it. Do you feel like, it's new?
It's not that it's new, it's just trending. And so it's like, okay, everybody's talking about it. That's great. First and foremost, I want to always give homage to April Mason. Y'all don't know who she is, definitely Miss April Mason.
Yeah, I follow her. She dope. I like her.
Yes, make sure y'all right, because I have to pay homage to the GOAT, like MS April Mason. Please follow her. That is the big sister. I love and respect April to the highest. April did not teach me my ways and my steps. April brought it back out of me. I was feminine my whole life, and I got made fun of for being feminine. I was taught and programmed in my that what I naturally did was me being manipulative and me being lazy. Me knowing my value as a feminine woman, and just I see everybody up there doing that, and I see they not happy, and I don't want to do that. And I picked that up so young. I picked that mentality up young where my happiness is like more important than meeting your standard for me. I don't want to do that. That looks hard. That just looks hard. I don't think that's the part that I need to master. No. But being a housewife is always important to me. My godmother, I had 2 sets of godparents, and both godmothers were housewives. And my grandmother was a housewife, and she was a very domestic woman. So being domestic has always been important to me because it lets the woman to have a life of and have freedoms of her own time to just love on herself. You want who don't want to be at the mall? If you're not a mall person, maybe you want to sit online and shop. Who don't want that? Why are we going so hard? My grandmother was the only woman who I knew who had a business who enjoyed what she did as far as worked. She worked for money and she enjoyed what she did. My whole childhood, my mom had around all types of entrepreneurs, 9-to-5ers, everybody. We were all over the place. I was very well versed in networking very, very early on. Nobody, nobody liked their job. And we would go to people's jobs. My mom was a police officer for the city of Houston. And so we would go see people at work. We would go into people's restaurants. We would be all behind the scenes, backstage at concerts. We knew everybody, other cops, kids, hairstylists. We were in the mix. Nobody liked their jobs. Nobody wanted to work. Like the women, they just did it because they had. That's what I was conditioned. That was what was conditioned into me very young. I hate it here. I hate it here. I hate it. Ugh, y'all. Ugh. That's what I saw for years and years and years. And it told me like, oh, it's a lot of miserable people. And they keep telling me to be a lawyer or a psychologist, but that just don't excite me. Like I don't just don't make me. Like I mean, I'm going through the steps. I'm going through I went to college. Like I'm gonna do it, but it just don't seem. I just want to be. I was in the 10th grade. I said to myself, I want to be a housewife. That I know. I do want to be a housewife. So I'll make sure that's a part of the plan is to be a housewife. Is because not because I want to hurry up and be a mom, not because I want to hurry up and get married. No, because I wanted to buy time to just be me and do me. Time with myself. So if I'm taking care of my husband, that's one thing. I can take care of him, but I have plenty of time while he's doing him. I have plenty to do me and figure me out. Buy more time with myself. A lot of times, I want to hurry up and get to this bag because I need these bags and I need this status, and I didn't choose that. I'm not saying I'm right and anybody else is wrong. I'm looking at what other people chose. I chose me. I'm gonna take time. I'm gonna go this way. I'm gonna take my time and I'm gonna choose me. And I'm still choosing me. Being here, doing me, choosing me. My children are straight. They're at home. They're in homeschool. I'm back in homeschool this. So like, my daughter started her first job this year. She's excited to. She bossed up. She just balls out on Uber Eats. She does what she wants to do. And I'm just, we're in our feminist space. She and I, like, she doesn't. It's just certain things she stop doing. Like I don't do that. When they pick up that heavy stuff with their inventory, I stand there. And the guy's like, Cassidy, you don't have to do that. We got you. Because, honey, like, baby, did you get that degree? Did you get it because you really wanted to get that degree for you? Or did you get it because you wanted to be like, and you wanted to play the big boys league? Like, I could talk about this all day, y'all.
So I know I saw that you have a challenge called the Yes Life coming up.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about what that means, the Yes Life.
So the Yes Life Challenge is basically, okay, so excited. Just a 5-day challenge that I'm offering, and it's going to start at the end of September 25th or September 26th, I believe. That one is that challenge, the Yes Life Challenge, of really fun, serious topics, how to communicate. They all center around how to communicate with men. So if it's in a space, if it's in an intimate space, or if it's in a social setting, there's a specific way to communicate with alpha men to get whatever you want. There's a specific way to communicate with beta men to get what you want. Whatever you want. It's a specific way to communicate. And when it comes to dealing with your boss, there's certain terms, certain phrases that you need to be aware of that you're going to stay on the right side of his brain, which is the side you want to stay on. Certain ways you need to approach him. There's certain ways you need to dress. If you have a boss that's married, there's a way to dress. There's a way to handle it. There's a way to approach his wife. It depends on what your goals are. Like, this is what I do. I finesse, and I'm genuine with my finesse. So you don't feel finessed. You feel like, dang, like that was kind of nice. Like I could do that again. That's what I want you to feel. That's what I want you to feel. So the Yes Life Challenge basically is a 5-day workshop where I'm teaching the ladies how to communicate with men in different scenarios to get exactly what you want. How to make men feel like doing something, you want to make sure that you know, how do I say this? Because I want y'all to catch this. One of the days we're discussing how to make sure you leave room for him to be a man in your life. Because a lot of times when we have this, oh, I just got it, I get it, don't worry, I'll just grab it, I got it. You got to cut that out. Like, you're going to have to cut all of that out. Like, you're going to have to, like, be okay with just standing back and just, like, letting somebody, even if it get on your nerves, like, let them do that. And you just be still. Like, you're going to have to practice that. Because it's about letting go and just letting a man be a man. Let him with his way. Let him be right. Your opinion, give it to your girlfriends. Don't give it to him. He don't need that. This is like I'm not gonna say unconditional. This is like the conditioning that's been done. You're gonna have to condition for it. We're gonna have to condition done. We're gonna have to recondition that ass. Excuse me. We have to recondition that ass with some this. The delicate flower community is where we can talk about why as a feminine woman do I eat my and more often? Why as a feminine woman should I it's just that's what your girls.
You know what it makes me think. No, who it makes me think of, and my husband would like. Oh my gosh. What were your thoughts on Kevin Samuel's stance? It reminds me of some of the things that he would say. You guys familiar with Kevin Samuels?
Yeah.
No.
So he was very his mouth was very nasty in my opinion. I don't want to speak ill to the dead at all. His mouth was very. I didn't prefer his delivery. His messages were very accurate.
That's what I meant. What you're saying reminds me of the message.
Yeah. His messages were very accurate. I enjoy his delivery. I don't ever think that it's cool to call a woman, for a man to call a woman a B word. When he's talking to her, even if he loses his patience with her, I don't feel like that's appropriate. It makes me very uncomfortable. It doesn't make me safe. And in my feminine space, it's impossible for me to be a B word in my feminine space. So it's just hard to hear a man a woman say. His messages were very. They were accurate, though. They were accurate. You have to look at yourself. A lot of people don't want to look at themselves because accountability is scary to people. Well, my mama didn't do this. My daddy wasn't there. My dad wasn't around. Like, it's always external. When you start blaming yourself for everything, and not woe is me blaming yourself. Like, you know what? I slept with. I did that. Guess what? I'll never do again. Sleep with a man like that. I'll do that again. When you start identifying what you did situation and you sit up straight about it, you find other people who also did things and sit up straight about it too. Like, yeah, we did that. That's what players do. Players, excuse my expression, players F up. That's what players do, and then they come back. So what we gonna do? We gonna sit here and act like we victims all day long? Because that's what our parents did. That's what the elders around us, they played victim. So I'm gonna just follow. But that didn't work for them. They were happiness. I choose to fly around the world on other people's dime, and I don't have to sleep with them to get what I want. I'm just saying, I choose to make people act right. People who weren't right in my life, I choose to make them act right without making them do anything. I'm just gonna do me and just watch them act right. Like, I'm just gonna watch people act right in my life. It's a beautiful feeling. You decide when you're ready. I'm over here chilling. Like, I'm about to have a great time.
So is that a skill? Is that a skill? Is it a skill that
it's a birthright? It's a birthright. Make that very clear. It's a birthright. And another thing that I mentioned on another live earlier today, this is not something that can be divided by classism or pretty privilege or racism or anything like that. At the end of the day, femininity equalizes all women. There's no light skin, dark skin. There's no she make more money. There's no that. Femininity equalizes all of us. Men are weak in our hands. They can't say no to you. Listen to me. They cannot. If it's a boss, if it's an employer, if you stand out at that job interview in your
Sparkle Bailey, I think
femininity.
you're breaking up. Is it just me?
Am I going out? Am I going out?
I was able to hear you.
I want.
You
Yeah,
can
I
hear
can
me,
hear you.
or did Sparkle Bailey go out?
I can hear
Aaliyah
both of y'all.
She may have gone out. Oh, really?
Leah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can now.
Okay. I don't remember what was the last thing.
You
Sorry
were
about
saying that basically men are putty in our hands.
I
True.
heard that.
So if you go to a job interview, I've done this before. Job interview, and you dress the part. Like right now, I'm stepping out with some friends, so I have in a job interview. I never have my breasts out. My breasts would be covered. My bottom, I already don't have no booty, but I make it work. But my butt would not be accentuated. Now I know some women that just can't help it, but there are certain things that you can wear where you have a crack. Your crack of your booty is hanging out your clothes and showing and things like that. There's certain ways to dress where you want him to look at your mind. You want him to look at your value as a feminine employee. I need to do a whole segment on that. Just being a strong feminine employee. Like you won't have to work as hard as everybody else when you are a feminine employee. I'll bless y'all. I will bless y'all with I got the job. This was a while ago. I got the job when I was interviewing with the male. He was the general manager. But it was because I did research. So I had to use my brain, not my boob, not my parts. I had to use my mind. Say, what does this man need? Let me figure out what as soon as I find out what he needs, it's basically like you baking homemade cookies, chocolate chip cookies or peanut butter cookies from scratch. And you got on the prettiest platter with the prettiest bow. And the bow is his favorite color. And it's just like, and they smell like mama made them. And it's just like, hi, I just did this for you. And that's how you make people feel. When you master that, y'all, that's a whole new level of I don't have to do that no more. I don't have to do that no more. Like, I don't have to pay for this no more because I'm out here, listen, Leah, the me you see, I'm out here baking cookies for people on a daily basis. I figure out what other people's needs are. I'm in your world. I want to know what your needs are, and I want to cater to your needs because that's me providing value for you. But I have to be genuine with that energy because people will, listen to me, people will let you in. People will let you in. But the moment they see that you can't handle being next to somebody's husband or you can't handle, this access of some sort or whatever, because you're going to mess it up. If you try to just jump out there and be fake and, I'm going to just see what I can do, you're going to mess it up. You might get your behind kicked. You might get your butt kicked because you're playing with people's lives. You need to go through someone's program. Specifically, my program is a great option, but you need to go through someone's program so that you understand how to get your mind right. Because you can't be out here playing with people's reality. People take me seriously because I take me seriously. I am someone, I don't know if y'all can see me. I am someone who takes other people's energies, other people's time, and other people's trust, other people's resources. I take it very seriously. I take that very seriously because I know people need me to be delicate with them. Everybody out here is hard with everybody. I'm genuinely delicate. And there's people out here willing to pay you to be genuinely delicate with them. Oh my God. Oh my God. You gonna pay me to be kind, to be gentle with you? You gonna pay me? What kind of why y'all working so hard again? For real.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I know I'm definitely going to carry this conversation over with my husband. Afterwards, we're going to talk about this one. But typically like to have this conversation with him and because it has come up before in regards to femininity. I told him tonight we were going to be talking about this. So I truly, truly appreciate you taking out the time to join us and share and give us some things to think about and chew on and ask ourselves about our femininity level and the energy that we're giving. how do people get in contact with you or connect with you, follow you?
I am at the networkinghousewife.com. That's one of my websites. That's the one that I'm telling everybody about now. I actually would love for y'all to follow me on Instagram at the Networking Housewife. That's the Networking Housewife. I am actually hosting a masterclass. It's a free masterclass. Y'all are going to love it. I promise you will have a good time. If you have fun here, wait until next week. So we're flexing next Tuesday at 7 Eastern. We are flexing in our boundaries. Flexing our boundaries. Sorry about the noise, y'all. Sorry. We are flexing our boundaries within our feminine energy. So basically, you're letting others know how far they can and cannot go with you while in a feminine space. You don't have to come out your, as they say out here in New York, you don't have to come out your face. In other words, like you don't have to get ghetto, you don't have to get hood to express stuff. You don't have to do any of that. You can literally stay in your feminine space. Let you know, maybe incorporate your shoulders. You know, let people know how they can go to hell without saying go to hell. You know what I'm saying? Like without going there, still make your point. Expect you.
Gotcha. At the Networking Housewife.
Awesome. At the Networking Housewife on Instagram. And then also, if you guys just want to tap into the networking in your femininity course, I believe that's what's up at the networkinghousewife.com is the networking, or maybe it's the Yes Life Challenge. Listen, just sign up for everything because I'm here to say number one, but I apologize if it's getting darker and y'all can't. But I'm here to help. I'm here to help sisters. The men are already upset, but I'm not worried about them right now because they want my attention. I'm not worried about it. I want to help the sisters because I see how my sisters are talking to the men, and I want to, let's cut that out. Like the way that y'all are talking to these men, you have to stop. Like, I don't care about your petty what happened at work drama. Like, let me tell you what Sarah did. Let me tell you what Matthew did. You don't care about that. Talk about that with your. You could even talk about that with him after you've taken care of him. After taking care of him. But a lot of my sisters are doing things like you're treating your man like he your home. And it's hard to watch. And I want to help. I don't want your man. Your man is ugly to me. I don't care who your man is. Your man is ugly to me. I would prefer the protection of both of you than to sleep with your man. I don't care nothing about your man at all. I just want everybody to get along. I love relationships make it. I would love to see more and more. How I build up my tribe is by making the husband and the wife, you know what? She's worth it. She's worth it. I do that. I do that well. I'd rather do that than sleep with your man. I don't need your man. I'm beating men off. I don't need your man. I would prefer the protection and community. I would prefer that. Absolutely. So y'all connect with me at the Housewife on Instagram. This is just all of this is getting started for me. This is crazy how this year has gone, and it's already like evolving, and it's September now, and y'all just tap in. Look, get in where you fit in. Tap in, because Aaliyah, thank you. This is crazy. All of this is crazy. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us. I know you said you're meeting with some ladies tonight. You have ladies' night tonight.
Yes.
But thank you for joining us tonight and sharing, and as well as sharing with us how people can stay connected and find out how to have their yes life. So thank you again, Ms. Sparkle Bailey at the Networking Housewife. We appreciate you for coming on to the Impact Podcast. We show up every first and third Thursday at 7 p.m. streaming live. So again, thank you all for joining, and definitely share with us your views on femininity. What experiences have you had operating in your feminine energy? You know, what does that mean for you in this space right now? Like, again, we talked about how it's trending, but definitely want to hear back from you. I know I'm going to talk with my girls about it as well. So thank you again for joining. Have an amazing night. Thank you, Dr. Obiama Martin and Damaris, as usual. It has been a good evening. Thank you so much. Thank you, Sparkle Bailey.
Thank you.